didn't get off to the start we were looking for. I thought last night started a little bit better, but what I thought we stuck with it. There were a lot of reasons to, whether it's the first goal, whether it's a 5-minute major, to go to the excuse squad, and we didn't do that. I thought the guys banded together, and we saw some guys make some significant steps in their short career in Psychos and Fitzgerald. And then I thought one of our leaders from a year ago and this year, Sandelin, had an outstanding game, scores a really big goal, and it's a good win for us.
Questions? Shane Felder, can I go first? You started Keenan again tonight after last night. What went into that decision when you think overall this play tonight?
Just a little gut. You know what? You'll see Tracy, potentially see Miller. Those are the guys who are going to get their opportunities too. But wanted to see how Keenan would handle a back-to-back and see how that would go. And you know what? He lets the first one in that I think he'd like to have back, but asked him to shut the door after that, and I thought he did a really good job of that.
Carson Bulow.
Coach, it seemed that physicality started to pick up about halfway through the game. Was that something that you guys had talked about maybe during the intermission that needed to happen, or do you think that was just the pace of the game?
You know what? We knew, Minnesota's a really good hockey team, and we knew they'd be coming in to try and finish us off from last night. Thought it was going to be a physical battle, and it was. I liked the way we stuck around. And didn't go away. When you talk about the 5-minute major or even them tying it up 2-2, where momentum goes back to them. Last night, when momentum went into their side, we went away a little bit. So I'm glad we grew up and handled that better tonight.
Just how much did you gain? Because at the time of that major, if they score there, that's going to be a really tough road to come back on. So just how much do you think that just switched the game, killing off that penalty?
I think it's everything. It's unique about a 5-minute major. I've found if you score on them, more often than not, you win that hockey game because you can get multiples. And if you kill it off, I think it's a really big momentum swing, and tonight it was. The one thing that goes without saying, David Celia is a guy that's on our power play. He's one of our best face-off guys. He's on our penalty kill in our top 4. And to have him go out and the guys react and pick up the rope that he left there was, I think, outstanding. When 2 and 23 were special tonight, we needed those guys to be that way, and they were.
You mentioned Fitzgerald earlier, and his. You noticed there was a stretch there in the final couple of minutes there. He blocked a couple shots. How long does it take for you to tell freshmen that that's part of the job when you play for this team?
What was great about that is, I didn't have to say anything to him. He just went out and did it. And, same thing for Psychos. Those guys, what's great about it is in locker rooms, you have to earn respect. It doesn't follow you just because of what you've done previous to getting to the program. And you've got to go out and earn it. And I thought both those guys, Psychos was a little cold. He hadn't played a lot of minutes. He goes out, gets an opportunity, makes the best of it. And Fitzgerald was good last night, and he was better tonight. His coach has got to learn from this, and as long as he puts the work in like he did, just find a way to get him more minutes.
Final question for Mike.
It's only a game 2, but it seems to me like this was really a big swing win. 1-1, way better than 0-2, especially losing on your home ice. So just what does this do for the momentum of your season?
Well, for us, it's a great question, and you're right on, because you go 0-2 and you've got Duluth coming to town next weekend, and we've always tried to pride ourselves on defending our home ice. And to have the guys find a way to get this done the way that they did, and then actually win the hockey game, because the team we just played is going to win an awful lot of hockey games. And so, to defend your home ice and get a win against Minnesota, that's one that's in the bank as far as they can't take it away from you. It's a quality win against a very quality opponent. It gives us an opportunity to take a breath on Sunday and then get back to work on Monday.
Great. Thanks, Mike. Congratulations.
A lot of guys stepped up at different times. It could have been easy for us to, throw in the towel. Things weren't going our way right away. But, everybody kind of stuck together, and I think the kill there was huge for us, and the 5-on-3, the crowd getting into it was huge for us. So to bounce back against a good team like that is huge for us, and we're gonna build on it, and we got a good opponent coming in here next week. So
Great, thanks for that. Questions?
So, Ryan, it's only game 2 of the season, but 0-2 is way better than 1-1. And just to win in your home ice after last night, just how important do you think this is just in the momentum of the season?
it's huge. Obviously these games are massive for the Pairwise down the road. So I think to be able to come home and play in front of our fans and get a win, just like they kind of did to us yesterday, is massive for this group. And, it's something we can build on. There's obviously some things we can clean up going into next week. But, moving forward, there are a lot of good things from a lot of different guys tonight. And that's the best thing about it is a team win. Everybody contributed at a different time. And, that's what we're going to need moving forward. We're going to need everybody pulling the rope to get us some wins.
Ryan, how much do you tell freshmen when they get here that there's an expectation to do things like block shots? You watched Fitzgerald there toward the end of the game. You guys are trying to preserve that lead and win the game. He blocks 2 on back to back. How much do you guys put that into the newcomers when they get here?
We try to do the best we can. That's kind of the expectation that was thrown upon us when we were here. So, the guys pass it down to us, and it's kind of our job to pass on to them. And it's daily habits. That's what you do in practice. That's kind of where you teach them those things, and then it translates into the game. And those 2 blocks by Fitzgerald there, it's only his second game, but it shows the toughness and just the mental toughness that he has as a person and as a player. So we're going to need guys like that to step up at all times. Losing Dave Celia like that, we're going to need guys from different parts and play different positions with different guys, and he was one of the big contributors tonight. Those are 2 huge blocks in the third period of a home game, and we're going to need that going forward.
Ryan, you mentioned before about momentum swings in this game. Mason scores to tie the game for the Gophers, but then the goal you score at the end, which obviously proves to be the game winner. Talk about that.
Yeah, just that's kind of one of the points of emphasis for our team is whether something good or bad happens, that ball's up in the air, momentum's up for grabs, and that next shift's important. And giving up that one right after we go to take the lead is. We could have easily sat back and felt bad for ourselves, but we kind of dug our heels in and battled, and we end up getting the game winner. So I think that shows the resiliency of this group, and it's something for us to build forward playing Duluth next week.